Hello, Chef Eros. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you.
So, tell us a little bit about your restaurant, your name, the concept.
My name is Tolu Eros, probably known as Chef Eros. I'm the founder and the executive chef of the Cookie Jar Bakery, Eros and Gourmet Foods, and recently launched Ile Eros. Ile Eros means the house of Eros, and it's pretty much a dining room, a parlor, and a kitchen table. Dining room is currently open at the moment, and we're all about Nigerian cuisine. So we're an authentic Nigerian restaurant with a modern twist, basically just modernizing and sort of redefining Nigerian food and just trying to sort of put it to the world in a more presentable, more acceptable manner. And so that's what we're about.
So, I think it's safe to say you're one of the chefs who have one of the first restaurants to put Nigerian food on the map in West Africa. So most people, they want to focus on continental food. So they want to focus on French cuisine or Spanish cuisine. So what inspired you to take a step back and be like, I want to put my food on the map?
I feel like Nigerian food is rich with a lot of flavor and culture, but hasn't been celebrated enough. And as an ambassador for food, it was sort of my job to put Nigerian food on the map as much as possible. With the little influence that I have, I've been able to take Nigerian food outside of Nigeria and do a number of pop-ups in the UK and the US. And back home, I want to continue to do that on a daily basis. I found that it was harder for me to do it with my catering business because I'm a private chef as well, as most of the clients were requesting specific menus. And finally, when I had the opportunity to open a restaurant, I wanted to do it my way. And my way is the Nigerian way, is the African way. And so I set out to open a restaurant that celebrated Nigerian food, and not just Nigerian food as we know it, but Nigerian food in a more acceptable, more presentable manner. And I think we've gradually achieved that.
So where do you see the Ile Eros brand going in the next 5 years?
It's already going in that direction because a lot of the food that we've been preparing and putting out, especially on the chef tasting menu, has sort of rocked some boats, right? And so I'm getting a lot of requests to bring Ile Eros to the United Kingdom, to the United States, and so we're sort of gradually working towards that. But you know, every house is only as strong as foundation.
Of course.
So I'm more focused on solidifying my foundation here for now, right now, before I start thinking about exporting it to the rest of the world.
Of course, of course. And do you think that Nigerians or West Africans are taking ownership of how we have inspired the different cuisines that you see, like for example in Jamaica, in Haiti, Cuba? Like Haiti has a lot of African culture. I mean, I think compared to other Caribbean cultures, a lot of with their Creole, even in their Creole language, you see bits and pieces of different African languages. I mean, even in like Jamaican patois, you see bits of Fanti or Ashanti or Yoruba in their pidgin, which is patois. So do you think that we Africans are taking ownership of how we have inspired the New World?
I think we are now. We're only realizing how much we've inspired the New World of recent.
Yes.
And as Africa becomes the sort of the newest frontier, everyone who's African is becoming very proud and be like, oh, that's African. You know, this happened over the slave trade. You know, this got transported. So we're becoming very proud. And as myself and a bunch of other people who are sitting on the panel continue to do what we're doing within our industry to make Nigerian food more accessible, more presentable, will gradually become even more proud of our heritage and how much our heritage have inspired the rest of the world. Africa is the mother, you know, is the mother nation, and as a result, you find it dotted around the rest of the world. But I feel like back in the day, we weren't necessarily proud of what we had, and that was only because of the what we currently had and how it looked, and just not. I wouldn't go into a restaurant back in the day and eat swallow because it was just like a huge lump. But with the way things are gradually going, and over the next 5 years, you'll be amazed to see how much our food and the presentation of our food will evolve, and how much more people will become proud of talking and presenting our food.
Okay. And my last question is, do you think that we are doing enough, not necessarily you or people using social media to put our food to the map, but the government? Do you think the government is trying to also take our food across to the other side of the world?
I would probably say no, but at the same time, our government is faced with a lot of other pressing issues that I feel like the ethos is not just on the government, but on the people itself. We can't always rely on the government to do everything. We ourselves need to push the government, need to be a part of the government, because the government is by the people at the end of the day. This is a democracy, so if we are truly a democracy, we as Nigerian youths and Nigerian entrepreneurs need to stand up and face the music.
Yes. Thank you, Chef Eros, for having me today, and we will see you again very soon.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.